All right, let's talk healthcare again. But this time is really personal for millions of Americans. At the start of 2026, the Enhanced Affordable Care Act premium tax credits, which are basically the money that helps people afford health insurance, as we all know, they expired. These credits are huge for keeping premiums down for about 20 million Americans who buy their own coverage. And without them, premiums go up, people struggle to pay for coverage, or they drop coverage altogether. And that's step one toward real stress for families. On January the 8th, the House of Representatives passed a bill to extend these credits for 3 more years. It passed 230 to 196, with all Democrats and 17 Republicans breaking with their party to vote yes. That's a big deal. And it sends a message. But don't get too excited because there are still hurdles that must be crossed. Now, the bill has to go to the Senate. But here's why we care. Insurance isn't just numbers on a page. For a family trying to get by, an extra $300 to $800 a month can mean choosing between paying the rent or going to the doctor. And without these credits, premiums have gone up a lot, and millions more people could lose affordable coverage. Experts have been warning us about this for months. So let's put it another way. Someone making $40,000 a year might have paid, say, $200 a month before these extra credits. And without them, that bill could double or triple. That's a lot of money taken straight out of someone's paycheck. Now, the House, they did their part. Now, the Senate has to take up the bill and debate it. They have to pass it with enough votes. And in the Senate, that usually means at least 60 votes, unless they use a special rule that lets them pass it with fewer votes. Well, here's an update. Before I could even put my video out, there is news that the Senate did not pass the House's version. So keep following my video to see what happens next. So if the Senate makes changes, the House has to agree again. And only after that does it go to Trump. Now here's the tricky part. The Senate already rejected a similar extension last month. Neither the Democratic nor the Republican version got enough votes to move forward. So this isn't just politics as usual. Y'all, things are stuck in Congress right now. And it's literally a shame. Some senators, though, have suggested compromise ideas like shorter extensions or small changes to who can get the credits. But getting an agreement in this climate is very hard. Now, everyone's asking, what would Trump do if this bill gets to his desk? A veto only happens after the Senate passes a bill and sends it to the White House. So nothing can be blocked yet. But what we do know, Trump and GOP leaders oppose the House vote. What they say is these credits cost too much and this is not the right solution. I happen to disagree. If we can find money to bail out other countries and give tax breaks to millionaires, surely we could find money to help people afford their health care premiums. So listen, Trump has publicly signaled he doesn't want to extend the credits in their current form. He's preferring different health models or savings account approaches. So if the Senate passes a bill that mirrors the House version, a veto could happen. But if the Senate passes a compromise reform package, say with a shorter extension, smaller costs, Trump might sign it as a win, giving relief to voters while still reshaping policy his way. It all depends on the deal they finally agree on. but something has to be done. So here's the big picture. The House did its job, passed a bill that could help millions of Americans afford health care. Now we wait on the Senate, which is full of negotiations, tricky votes, and a test of whether Congress can actually solve a problem that affects real Americans. And finally, it depends on what Trump decides. So bottom line, millions of Americans are watching because this isn't just politics on paper, it's people's health care, it's their budgets, their lives. So we're all waiting to see what happens next. I want to leave these two Bible verses with you. Proverbs 31 verses 8 through 9 says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves." If this video has helped you understand what has to happen next, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share with someone that needs to know this information as well. I'm Terry Small, your benefits mentor, helping you make smart benefit choices, one video at a time.